Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's South Street Post. How you all doing? And welcome to another episode of Chatterbox. I hope you're all doing well. It is just after the Ruben Amorim press conference, of course. We're going to get lots of reaction in regards to that, in regards to the press conference. Lots of telling, news, including Licha Martinez. What's going on with Licha Martinez? Will Licha Martinez be playing? Of course, guys, who will it be? Who will start tomorrow? What's with the formation? Of course, there was a formation issue leaked yesterday, of course, which was kind of crazy if you're thinking about it, the leaked information and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, lots of news coming in regards to Manchester United. It is the presser, and it is obviously the preview to Manchester United against Bodo Glimt, of course, guys. So a must-win game for Man United, if we're being honest. A very, very important game going forward if we're going to qualify for the next round of this tournament. Of course, guys. Big up, Darko. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream, you legend. Thank you so much for joining me. Guys, thank you so much, Darko, you legend. Yeah, so that is basically what the show is about today. Guys, if you're new, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and smash a like on the video. If you could be as kind to do that for me, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Guys, let's get straight into it. Let's get into, obviously, Ruben Amorim's quotes, of course, in the presser today. I mean, when he was speaking about the formation, obviously there was a rumor that there's going to be 4 at the back and 2-2-2 formation, which is obviously a different formation to what he usually plays, which is the 3-4-2-1, guys. So basically, he said, I believe we can play in different systems. Sometimes we defended in a 4-4-2 versus Ipswich. We have to play in different systems because nowadays teams change their dynamic. I think our structure, the power of this structure is to change. Well, you know what? Is to change formation from game to game. So basically, he's saying that he wants his team to be a bit more versatile. He wants, sometimes this is very clever from Ruben Amorim because, you know what? Sometimes teams change their formation. They change their formation and, you know what? You have to change when they change. And one criticism about Ten Hag is that he didn't really adjust to changes made within the game because some managers know, what they're doing basically in regards to tactics, in-game management. They will change their formation to nullify your tactics. And I feel like this is very clever. So basically, as I said earlier, Ruben Amorim is preparing for all different scenarios within the game. It doesn't mean he's going to completely change his system. It just basically means that he's going to change scenarios if it comes to the point where he needs to, if we're struggling with that formation, etc. Of course, etc. But you know what? It did please me with that comment. When I listen to Ruben Amorim, he does come across very assertive. He knows what he's talking about, of course, guys. Very, very smart guy, of course. Basically, Bruno has been speaking on the press conference as well, basically saying, will the Amorim system benefit the younger players more? So basically, will the younger players benefit from Ruben Amorim's system? So basically, Bruno said, I don't think that would change. I don't think age should be a problem. So I don't think age should be a problem. Either older or younger, it's about carrying the most you can from the dynamics. As the manager has said, you do not need to overthink things. You just need to know you have the base and foundation. Now, look, this is very rich coming from, obviously, Bruno Fernandes, of course, who doesn't really fit into formations. He tends to drift off around, play long balls, play the hero ball, etc., leaving a space in between the players, and these strikers, of course, guys. So that is what Bruno Fernandes said. I wanted to bring this in of course, guys, because obviously they are talking about the younger players. My main concern was about the youth team, the under-18s. Are they going to be playing the same system as the main team? Because obviously, if you go to Barcelona, Real Madrid, etc., they play the same formation all the way through the different levels of their football club, of course, guys. So that was obviously a very, very interesting question from there, from the journalist, of course. In regards to Licha Martinez, and Harry Maguire. Harry is not ready, guys. Harry Maguire is not ready, but Licha Martinez is ready. Basically. So there you go. Ruben, he did stop too much time, so I feel he is ready. It is a different situation with Harry. We need them both, but in a different situation. They are both training. Harry soon will be on the pitch also. Great news when it comes to, obviously, Licha Martinez. Absolutely great news, of course, guys. Basically, the injury update on Lenny Euro is he is available to train, but we are working on his fitness. This is important. Of course, match fitness is obviously an issue in regards to when you play football. It's not just about fitness, it's about match fitness, of course. He is still a young guy. This is a massive club. It is very important the first image. So we will try to put things together because he's a great talent. We believe a lot in him, and we are trying to prepare the best way to start Lenny. So basically, look, very smart from Ruben Amorim again, starting the players at the right time, not rushing them back. Of course, he had a very serious injury in the summer against Glasgow Rangers in a friendly, of course, guys. And obviously, we don't want to rush these players back. We don't want them to get further injuries, of course, guys, which obviously we don't need at this time of the season. We've got enough injuries as it is. In particular, in defence, we've had, we've had a history of defensive issues at the club, of course, and we need to improve that going forward in regards to no more injuries, no more scenarios like we had last season, of course, guys, absolutely not. And that is what it's all about, guys, absolutely. If we read some more, basically in regards to the Ruben Amorim conference and basically in regards to team news and stuff like that, basically it is all the same. The team news is all the same, guys. Everything is great at the moment, but we have to understand that certain players are ready, but they're not quite ready. So basically they're fit, but they're not match fit, if you know what I mean. Let's get through some of your comments, guys. Big up, Elite. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you, mate. Big up, Sal. Big up yourself. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Darko Sal, does he talk a lot? He doesn't. He doesn't talk a lot. This is the one thing about him. He doesn't talk too much, of course. Big up, Darko. Sal, what if the panic subs like Ole and Erik ten Hag in hope of a fluky and a miracle? What if he panic subs? Don't be like that, Darko. One thing I say, my friend, you know what I mean? I would say just be a little bit more in positive in regards to what he's saying and stuff like that. We have to wait and see what Ruben Amorim is as a manager. None of us really know. I know some of us are still very upset about what happened with Erik ten Hag as well. But we have to back this manager, Darko. We have to back this manager, and we have to back the football club. If we don't back the manager, we're not going to back the football club, are we? So we have to really, really concentrate on backing the club. Of course, big up United Road. How you doing, my friend? Hi, sir. Hi, chat. Big up Glory Man United. Big up United Road. Anna Schumann, the legend, of course. Thank you so much for joining me today, you legend. Let's go, guys. Let's get to 5K, guys. We're literally 30 away from 5K subscribers, guys. Can we get there tonight? We won against PSG, but missed 8 big chances. Big up, no jokes, no hate. Did you like the goal from Harry Kane? It was a lovely goal, wasn't it? The Bayern Munich fan is in the house today. Big up Bayern Munchen. Big up yourself. Big up, no joke, no hate. And you know what? Good luck to Bayern Munich in the Champions League. But you won. You had a great win against PSG. Let's not underestimate the win against PSG. It was great. You know what? We're in the Europa League. So, you know what I mean? There you go. 5K today. Big up United Road. Big up, of course, Sal. Match fitness nowadays reminds me of Ten Hag laptop. It's a thing in football, mate. It's from Sir Alex Ferguson period. Match fitness and fitness are very, very important. They're two different things. You could be fit but not match fit. This happened all the way back football 40 years ago, mate. It is the same thing. You know what? You have to be match fit. And how do you get match fitness? You bring in players slowly. That's how you do it. That's how Alex Ferguson do it. The greats did that. You know, it's not just Ruben Amorim at the end of the day. Darko, cheer up, bruv. Cheer up. Come on. Absolutely. How is Leacher back after 7 days when he was supposed to be out for 3 weeks? Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? That's the media for you, mate. That's the media. As I said, no joke, no hate. That is exactly what the media do. They do spin things, of course. A lot, of course, guys. They do like to give a little spin on things, of course. Guys, is available for tomorrow. It's a lie. No hate, no joke, no hate. It's a lie, isn't it? Absolutely. I think that Bruno's main problem is that since he took over the captaincy, he plays like he's responsible for everyone and doesn't trust some of the players and ends up all over the pitch. LT, very good comment again. I don't expect nothing less from you, LT, of course. That is a very good comment in regards to Bruno Fernandes. He does try to do too much. He does obviously feel like he's responsible for the whole club, basically, when he's on the pitch. He's like that, isn't he? He feels like he's a captain now because he's got the captain's armband. He feels like he has to do everything when it's not the case. He has to stick to the basics and keep doing what he does best, of course, guys, what he does best. Not just how Kim scored, not Harry Kane. I'm talking about the goal from Harry Kane, not against PSG. I'm talking about the goal where he controlled it and headed it in. That goal, of course. I'm talking about that one, not the PSG game, of course. But that was a great result against PSG. That goal, I've just seen that Harry Kane goal for the first time. I've just seen that Harry Kane goal for the first time, of course, guys. Yeah. I've just seen that for the first time. So big up everyone who's joining me today. Big up everyone. We're going to get through some more quotes from obviously Ruben Amorim's presser. Of course, guys, it was a very, very interesting presser that was today. Of course, only Ruben Amorim's second press conference. Of course, guys, only second press conference going forward. You know what? One thing I like about Ruben Amorim in regards to his press conferences is that he keeps it simple, no metaphors, no clever little rhymes and little quotes that he says. It's absolutely perfect. You know what I mean? Just tell the truth, and that's at the end of the day how you're supposed to do it. Absolutely. So you know what? I enjoyed that press conference, to be honest with you, and I do enjoy the way he speaks. I do enjoy the way he is. Absolutely. In regards to Marcus Rashford, he said the number 9 position is not the best for him. We will help him. He has to want it. And that is very, very important quote there in regards to Marcus Rashford, that he has to want that number 9 position. It's not right for him. What do you make of that? So basically, he played Marcus Rashford at the so-called number 9, but he didn't perform well there. So Ruben Amorim is being very, very honest in regards to that number 9 position, of course. So he's not ready for it. So that looks like, to me, that he's not going to play that position going forward because he didn't perform well in that position, of course. He's also spoke about the post-match interview where Ed Sheeran interrupted the interview, of course. We all know that Ed Sheeran interrupted the interview. Kind of very disrespectful from Ed Sheeran, if we're being honest, after the Man United game. The new Man United managers making comments about the team and the tactics and the result, etc. Obviously, Ruben Amorim's going to respond in just. He's just going to respond. For me, it was nothing. Roy Keane was a real star on that panel. Oh, my goodness. Look, you know what? One thing I would say, he's just absolutely shut down Ed Sheeran there. He said, for me, it was nothing. Roy Keane was the real star on that panel. Roy Keane, Manchester United legend, of course. He's actually shut down. So basically, Ed Sheeran, those who don't know, Ruben Amorim was taking his press conference, having an interview after the game. And Ed Sheeran came and interrupted everyone because Ed Sheeran is an Ipswich Town supporter, as we know. So he came up to the press to them having an interview, completely, interrupted the whole interview. And you know what? Put his arm around Jamie Redknapp and stuff, started talking into it. And Ruben Amorim's like, what the hell is going on? Do you know what I mean? Ruben Amorim's obviously from Portugal. He's just coming to the club. And you know what? He's not used to this kind of thing. But this I really liked. You know, Roy Keane was the real star on the panel. It led to Ed Sheeran apologizing on social media, as we know, saying that he didn't mean any disrespect. Of course, he did. He said that I didn't think they were having an interview. I didn't think, what is the microphones doing in their face? If he didn't know that they were having an interview, he must be from another planet. Because I don't know any other reason you have a microphone in front of your face unless they're children and it's a fake microphone at the end of the day, unless it's a karaoke. What are they doing over there? Why have they got a microphone at the end in their face? How can he say that, you know what, I didn't know they're having an interview? There you go. But there you go. Ruben Amorim has absolutely shut down Ed Sheeran there, of course, which is great. Absolutely. Love that. Love that. And that shows personality for the manager, of course. Absolutely. Really, really, really enjoyed that. Tongue-in-cheek, of course. It is tongue-in-cheek. But you know what? There is an underlying truth in that when you think about it. Roy Keane was the biggest star in there. Roy Keane, in my opinion, was the biggest talent on that panel, of course, guys, in my opinion. Absolutely. I did like that. I did like that, to be honest with you. Absolutely. Roy Keane was the biggest star on the panel, of course. Absolutely. Really, really, really funny comment, of course, guys. Absolutely. Let's read some of your comments, guys. Let's read some of your comments. Let's go, guys. Let's go. No, John, no, I think it was a decision to sell De Ligt. I think it was the decision to sell De Ligt. We have Kim, who is better, and De Ligt is the type of player who deserves minutes, and United is a perfect club for him because your centre-backs are always injured. Good point. Sal, I'm desperate to see Amorim do the simple and basics without complicating things unnecessary. That's why I sound a bit pessimistic. Mate, you know what? He's got to be successful. You know what? There's no compromise in success. If you have a system that you feel like can win, it can win you titles, it can win you Champions Leagues, Premier Leagues. There's no compromise in tactics. You cannot compromise your philosophy. At the end of the day, we've done that time and time again. And where has it got us? We tried to simplify things. You tried to play a 4-4-2, 4-3-3, playing to those players' needs. We got to stop playing to those players' needs and play to Manchester United's needs at the end of the day, if I'm being honest. Big up, Darko. Is Bruno United captain or no? I mean, this isn't, no, can't be a captain. No, it's Bruno, mate. It's Bruno is the Manchester United captain. No jokes, no hate. Ipswich are on the 3-game unbeaten streak. Absolutely. They've done very well this season, Ipswich Town. No joke, no head. They've done very well. They beat Tottenham Hotspur in the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium last week, of course, as we know. So that they ain't no mugs. They've drawn against Aston Villa as well. They're a very, very capable outfit, of course, guys. Stephanie, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see Bruno starting on Thursday because of the presser, but Rashford will be on the bench, hopefully. Bruno sitting next to the manager. I don't think there's any time I've remembered where the player has sat next to the manager and not started. I don't think that's happened. It generally is a clue, isn't it? It generally is a clue that, you know what, that player will be playing at the next game. I think Rashford will be dropped. Stephanie, I thought we had a very poor game apart from the goal. But you know what? Let's be honest, guys. Bruno had a poor game as well. So let's not just throw that out the window. He needs to pick it up. He needs to pick it up as well because he was poor as well. Not just Marcus Rashford. He was poor as well. One of the worst players on the pitch alongside Marcus Rashford, of course. He needs to pick it up. Eriksen needs to pick up. I want to see wholesale changes tomorrow. I want to see a lot of changes in that team, of course, guys. I'm still digesting that Ruben Amorim conference. Of course, you know what? Those quotes were absolutely brilliant. They were hilarious, of course. Rashford hasn't performed since the Carabao Cup final win, so Amorim was spot on. Rashford has to want it more than anyone else. Absolutely. And he's not going to play in that number 9. He did say, Ruben Amorim did say that that position is not for him. And it was pretty evident, of course, guys. Big up the Chatterboxers. Big up Stephanie. Thank you so much, you legend. Thank you. Rashford is such a bad player, to be honest. How is the face of United? I mean, the face of the club should be like a Muller, Bellingham or Pedri, who doesn't run around everywhere. No joke, no hate. You know what I mean. You're speaking the gospel here, mate. I wish you would tell a lot of Man United fans about Marcus Rashford. This is a Bayern Munich fan at the end of the day telling us Marcus Rashford is not good enough for Manchester United. And I absolutely agree with him. He's not good enough for Manchester United. He's regressed from the time he made his debut. He's regressed from there, of course, in my opinion. He has. Absolutely. Sal, should the players who sort of disappointing against Ipswich start against Bodo? No. I think a lot of those players, you can't drop them all. Of course you can't. But the ones that stood out for me as the worst performers on the pitch were Rashford and Bruno. They were the worst, and Eriksen. They were the worst players on the pitch for me, alongside Dalot as well. So Bruno, Rashford, Eriksen, and Dalot were the worst players on the pitch. I think those players should be dropped. I know that Bruno will start as he started the press conference today. And he sat next to Ruben Amorim, so I think he will start, guys. Absolutely. Stephanie, media pundit, celebrity circus has to stop. Football focus action. All words, not words needed. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what? This whole Ed Sheeran thing was a little bit of a disrespect to Manchester United. No surprise, Sky Sports, disrespect and stuff like that. He should have been held back by security at the end of the day. He shouldn't be interrupting people on their interviews. I know he's an overrated singer and has had everything on the plate, but at the end of the day, listen, I'm talking about someone who actually knows family of Ed Sheeran. Do you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I'll say it like this: don't interrupt a Manchester United interview after the game. Don't do that. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, stick to your very, very mellow, average singing and carry on with your thing and carry on depressing people with your songs. And that's what I would say. Don't come in a Manchester United presser or a Manchester United interview after the game and do that. And I'm glad Ruben Amorim sat him down. Roy Keane was the real star. There you go. Love it. Absolutely. That is what you like to see. A bit of biting back, a bit of character. Absolutely love that from Ruben Amorim there, guys. Absolutely love that from Ruben. Guys, I've got a lot of people online today. Thank you, everyone who's joining me today. Guys, don't forget to subscribe. Nearly on 5,000 subscribers, guys. Nearly there. Of course, guys, need to get another 20, 30 subscribers, and I'll get there pretty quickly, guys. I just need your help. Obviously, you guys are amazing. You've helped me a lot, of course, over the last few months, of course. It's only been about 4 months, of course, guys. Absolutely. It's only been about 4 months. It's gone so quickly at the end of the day. Basically, Amorim also spoke about Xerxes and Rasmus Højlund. He said, and obviously, about goals, he said Rasmus Højlund and Josh Xerxes will score more goals. How that's going to work, we'll have to wait and see. He did say Ahmed has to be better nearer the goal. Bruno as well has to score more goals. Right in front of Bruno Fernandes, he said Bruno as well has to score more goals. Right in front of Bruno Fernandes, guys, in his face, in your face, sir. Absolutely, right in his face. He's sitting right there. He said he needs to score more, and obviously he believes that Rasmus Højlund and Josh Xerxes will score more goals. I believe him. Absolutely, I believe him, of course. Absolutely. So, yeah, definitely the news in regards to Licha is fantastic news. going forward that he will play. Harry Maguire is still out, of course, guys, which is a shame, of course. Oh, come on, Ed Sheeran is such a great artist for an average listener like me. You're easily pleased, mate. Easily pleased. Proper Expert 21. I changed my profile name. It was cringy. No. Well, I think it was all right. Proper Expert 121. Proper Expert is a little bit egotistical, though, isn't it? The Proper Expert 21 is a lot different to that, of course, guys. Now, I'm going to go into my team for the game, of course, guys, against Bodo Glimt. What I think the team will be, guys. Let me know your feelings about the team, how you feel the team will line up going forward against Bodo Glimt, guys. I'm gonna give you my team right now. So basically, something along these lines, I think Manchester United will line up like. I think it is something along these lines, guys, if I'm being honest. Let me just set that up for you nicely. Let me just set that up for you. There we go. Yeah, so basically, this is the lineup that I think, this is the lineup. Is this the one? Yeah. This is the kind of lineup that I think will start the game against Bodo Glimt, guys. Let me know what you think in regards to this, how you think the team will line up, guys. Let me know how you think about that. Look, I do believe that Ahmad will play in a more attacking role. Mazraoui plays the right back. I do believe that. I think Garnacho plays the left wing back. I mean, who knows how he's going to perform in that position? We don't know how he's going to perform in that position at the end of the day. We'll have to wait and see how he performs at the position. But that's the team I think kind of will line up against Bodo Glimt, guys. What do you make of the lineup? What do you make of the lineup? You know what? It's going to be a complicated lineup. He may change the formation, but I don't think he's going to change to a 4 at the back. He will play the 3 at the back. He will do. He's just trying to adjust to the scenario where teams will have, change their formation, change their tactics, etc. So this is the team that I will pick. Martinez centre-back, De Ligt centre-back, Euro will play for me. Garnacho, but Euro, this is from yesterday, so Euro obviously has been said that he won't play today. Sorry, he won't play tomorrow. Of course, he's not quite ready. So I do think that, Licha might move into the centre, into that position, or De Ligt will play in the right centre-back. Martinez in the left centre-back, or it could be Lindelof. It could be one of those guys. Of course, I don't think they're ready, in my opinion, but it could be Licha, De Ligt, and Martinez in defence. Ugarte and Casemiro will play in the midfield. Mazraoui will come back into the team. Well deserved, of course. Garnacho will be in there. Fernandes will be there. Ahmad will be there, and Højlund up front. Something similar to this. There may be 1 or 2 changes and tweaks in that lineup, but I think it will be something a little bit like this, a little bit similar, of course, to this, of course, guys. Absolutely. Can Mazza overlap? Yes, I think he can. I've seen him do it. I've seen him do it a couple of times. Especially at Bayern Munich. Obviously, Proper Expert 21 knows about Bayern Munich. Can Mazraoui overlap? Can he cross balls into the box? I believe he can. I can believe he could do the overlapping runs. Very important in Man United's history that we have overlapping runs. We've won a lot of trophies in regards to that, in regards to overlapping runs, etc. And we haven't done that enough, nowhere near enough over the last few years, decade, of course, guys, with, players overlapping, etc. We haven't done anywhere near enough of that going forward, of course, guys. But yeah, it is interesting to see, of course, guys. It is interesting to see what Mazraoui can do on an attacking sense, because we know he can defend, of course. He's a very good defender, of course, guys. Absolutely. Darko. Sal, can and will Garnacho do the tracking back and defend? Yeah, I believe he can. Darko. I believe he can. We've got to give him a chance at the end of the day. Look, you know what? Ruben Amorim put Marcus Rashford at the front. He put him as a striker the last game. And, after that, he said, no, he's not good enough. He's not good enough. You know what I mean? And there you go. At the end of the day, there you go. And, he's going to change his mind. Ruben Amorim will change his mind when we go. Of course, he will change his mind. Absolutely. So, do you remember Andre Kanchelskis? Not Andrew Kanchelskis. Andre Kanchelskis. Yes, he was one of my favorite players, Darko. I remember Andre Kanchelskis. The one thing I remember about Andrew Kanchelskis is that Schmeichel used to get the ball, right? And Andre Kanchelskis used to run. He used to make the run, and Schmeichel used to throw the ball, and it would be like 30 seconds from our goal to their goal, and it would end in a goal. Of course, football's changed a lot since then. But you know what? Andre Kanchelskis was one of the quickest players I've ever seen in a Manchester United shirt. Of course, after the 1995 season, he ended up leaving Manchester United, ended up playing for Everton, Fiorentina, and teams amongst those teams, of course. Very disappointed he left the club, of course. Don't know what happened there. But Sir Alex Ferguson was very ruthless when it comes to certain players, isn't it? But he was a fantastic player, Darko. big up the nostalgia, of course. Big up the nostalgia in regards to Andre Kanchelskis, of course, guys. Andre Kanchelskis. Now, I want to bring in to you. I want to bring in a basically Bodo Glimt. I want to talk a little bit about Bodo Glimt, if I may do that real quickly, guys. I want to talk about their threats. I want to talk about their team in regards to their players. Look, they got three players here, right? They got Kasper Ho, Albert Grunbeek, and Patrick Berg. Now, let's talk about Patrick Berg. Patrick Berg obviously has played around Europe. He's played for a number of clubs around Europe. Patrick Berg, he has, and he is obviously a very talented player in regards to goal scoring. He is actually a Norwegian international. Patrick Berg, he's one of their main players, of course, because of his experience, who he's played for, etc. So if we go down, you know what, this season has obviously ended. I believe it absolutely. His main position is defensive. He can play central midfield as well, but he's also a goal scorer as well. He can score goals. He did cost only his market value is only 4.5 million, guys. So he is a decent player in regards to that, cheap player in regards to that. So, but he is an experienced player. If we look at the players we have to look out for, is Patrick Berg is one of those players that we really have to look out for, guys. If we're being honest, we have to look out for him. Of course, he did play for RC Lens. He's played for RC Lens in France, and you know what? It's no mean feat to play for RC Lens, coming from Norway, of course, guys. So, but the main goal scorer for Bodo Glimt this season is a guy called Kasper Hugh. Kasper Hugh, I think that's how you perform it. It is Kasper Hugh. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's Kasper Hugh. He's a striker. Obviously, scored 10 goals this season. He's played, obviously, so it's a centre forward. Denmark under 19, 8 caps, 1 goal for Denmark. So you know what? He's 23 years old now. Very highly talented player. Very highly talented player. You know what? One thing we'll say about them is that in regards to players like this player is that we're going to have to be very careful of them, of course. His market value is only 2.8. That is to do with, obviously, playing for Bodo Glimt. Bodo Glimt, obviously not one of the biggest clubs in the world, of course, guys. So you know what? Obviously, you have to kind of neglect that, so to speak. Kind of neglect that kind of thing. But he is one of the players I would say we have to look out for is this player right here, Mr. Who. Mr. Who, absolutely. Kasper Who, of course, guys. So he's another player that we have to look out for. Another player is obviously Albert Grunbeek. Albert Grunbeek is a central midfielder, a goal-scoring central midfielder. One thing we have to be careful about Bodo Glimt tomorrow is that they're going to basically attack us. They will attack us. They won't just sit back. They won't just sit back, of course. They won't just sit back. They will try and play. They will try and play through us, of course, guys. So we have to be careful of all their players going forward, of course, guys. There's a number of players, of course, in their positions that they are very talented team. And we have to be very wary of them. Their biggest sell was Faris Mwambanya. Mumbanya is their most expensive sell for Marseille, of course. Guys, of course. Absolutely. The top arrivals was Hakan Edgevin, only 2.5 in it. They don't really sell. They got Jens Petter Huge, who came from Germany. Of course, they got the Tobias Gullikson, who came from Croatia, of course, and Olgun Mikkelsen, who's been playing in Spain, of course, guys. So, you know what? They have got, they have signed some players, but you know what? I wouldn't say that Man United shouldn't be beating. Man United should really be beating this team quite convincingly, if I'm being totally honest, guys. They should be really trying to beat this team quite convincingly, if I'm being honest, guys. Absolutely. Guys, yeah, thank you everyone for joining me, though. It's been a great, great show so far. We're just going through this quickly, of course, in regards to, obviously, Bodo Glimt, of course. Lots of things that we have to talk about in regards to them. But one thing is that with Manchester United going forward, we really do have to concentrate on ourselves. We really do, and have to believe in ourselves and believe in winning the football match for us, and that's it. And not worry about what Bodo Glimt can do. Bodo Glimt don't have anywhere near the same amount of finances as Manchester United do, of course. They have nowhere near as much finances, of course, as Manchester United. Of course, guys, as we know. So Man United should really be defeating Bodo Glimt, of course, quite convincingly, if we're being honest. But what we're saying is that they're not as bad as people think. They're not as bad as people think, as people imagine. They're not as bad as people think. So we're going to have to be ready for this game, guys. So I've given you my formation. What I think the score will be, I think Man United will win by 3-1. What do you think the score will be, guys? My prediction is 3-1 to Manchester United. Of course, guys, 3-1 to Manchester United. That is my scoreline for the game. That is my scoreline for the game, guys. Absolutely. So, yeah, going forward, yeah, you know what? 3-1 to Manchester United, guys. 3-1 I'm going for. Absolutely, absolutely. But you know what? It is a very big opportunity for Man United to get some points on the board, you know, because we are lurking in the lower reaches of obviously the Europa League. Of course, we need to get up that Europa League table pretty quickly. If we're being honest, guys, we really do need to get up that Europa League table. Because when we look at the Europa League right now, if I'm going to bring this in and we look at the table in the Europa League, we're way, way down at the moment. And we need a couple of wins there to just solidify our place in the top 8, of course, guys. It's very important that we get in the top 8 so we don't have to play a playoff in about March time. I think it's about March time where there's going to be a playoff, of course, guys. So we have to really look at the league in the Europa League and say, look, we have to move up that table pretty quickly. So when we look down, we're all the way, look, we got Lazio top by clear, Ajax, Galatasaray third. We're all the way down in 15th place, guys. 15th place. Bodo Glimt are actually ahead of us. Bodo Glimt are ahead of us in the table. So we have to be very, very wary of them, of course, guys. Of course. So when we look at the results of all the team, I mean, Bodo Glimt did lose to Karabag. They lost the Karabag 2-1 the last game, guys. So you know what? If Karabag can beat Bodo Glimt, there's no reason why Manchester United can't go and beat Bodo Glimt, guys. That's one thing I will say. There's no excuses for Man United not to defeat Bodo Glimt, of course, because they lost the Karabag. They lost to them. They lost to a bloody supermarket bag, basically. That's what they did. So there's no excuses for us not to beat them, of course, guys. Absolutely not. No. We have to beat them, guys. Absolutely, absolutely. Of course. Okay, Darkrow. Sal, we need a statement win like Arsenal. We do need a statement win. You know what? Arsenal is a big game. Of course, we're playing Arsenal in December. We got a number of big games coming up in December. Games that, you know what, are going to be very difficult. Games where it's an opportunity to prove ourselves. You know, we have to prove ourselves in these games, of course. Do you know what I mean? And this is a prime opportunity for Man United to prove themselves in these games. You know what I mean? And to beat Arsenal. We owe Arsenal one. We owe Man City one. We haven't beaten them in a while now. We do owe them a result. And we do need to beat one of these teams. If we draw one and win one, that's great. You know what I mean? If we win both, that's absolutely astonishing. But if we basically don't lose both, then it's all same old, isn't it? It's the same old, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? And we would have to rethink things. But one thing I would say is that Man United need to win against the games we're supposed to win. We're supposed to win the games we're supposed to win. We're supposed to win the games we're supposed to win, guys. Sorry, guys. We're supposed to win the games we're supposed to win, of course, guys. And basically, if we don't beat Everton, if we don't beat Bodo Glimt, what's the point on, you know what, thinking about Arsenal, thinking about Man City? You know what I mean? What's the point on doing that? You know, thinking about these teams. Do you know what I mean? When when we can't beat them, we're not going to worry about Arsenal and Man City because we can't beat the easy teams. Ipswich Town is a team that we should have really beaten. You know, we didn't play well. We should have lost the game. But then you think about Ipswich Town are not a bad team. They're not a bad team at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? They're not. And we have to give ourselves credit that it was Ruben Amorim's first game in charge, of course. So we have to obviously remember that as well. And be fair, obviously, on the manager, of course, guys. Be fair on the manager. I want to thank everyone who's joined me today. Of course, you guys who thanked me. And don't forget, you can become a member of the channel, guys. It is very important you support the channel. There's some people in this, obviously, I give support to. I give them mods. I give them everything. But you know what? They subscribe to other channels, but they're not subscribing to my channel, guys. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, guys. The link is right here. And subscribe to the channel. You know what I mean? To get all extra perks. I've got some great material coming up, of course. I've got some fantastic interviews coming up, of course, guys. Absolutely. Can't wait for those interviews coming forward, of course, in the future, of course, guys. So, you know what? Can't wait for that. Definitely can't wait for that. You know what I mean? Big things coming to this channel. So, you know what? Now's where it begins for me. You know what? Every time we play a game, it's always about the next game. That's what it's all about. It's all about the next game, what we do in the next game, how we win the next game. That is what it's all about at the end of the day. It's not about, you know, what happened last game, because at the end of the day, we cannot change what happened in the last game. We have to play tomorrow and we have to win tomorrow, and that is about it. I believe we'll win 3-1, guys. I don't know how you feel about that, but I do believe we win the game 3-1. I think we'll win the game 3-1. Maybe I'm being over giddy. Maybe I am. I mean, who knows? You know what I mean? I'm not. I just believe we should win that game. I mean, the fact that they lost to Karabag, guys, the fact that they lost to Karabag, you know, is enough for me to say that, you know what, Man United should win this game. Man United should win this game. Absolutely. The fact that they lost to Karabag, of course, guys. So there is no excuses for Man United. But obviously, we can't be complacent. We're not going to be complacent. We're going to have to approach the game with respect. Of course, we're going to have to approach the game with class, of course, guys. Absolutely. That's what we have to do. You know what I mean? And concentrate on ourselves and don't concentrate too much on the opposition. Of course, we want to talk about the main man, of course, guys, which is obviously Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola has had, you know what, after the game, had scratches down his face, etc. As we've been talking all day about the state of Guardiola's mental health. What is going on with Pep Guardiola, of course, guys? What do you think is going on? The scratch down his nose. Either he's got loads of cats in his house, you know what I mean? Or he's scratching himself, or he's had a scrap with the players in the dressing room. What do you think has happened with Guardiola? I want to know. I want the best answer. What you feel is happened to Pep Guardiola? Because you know what? He's been awful, hasn't he? He's not been great. He's not been his usual bubbly self, of course, guys. Absolutely not been his bubbly self. What do you think has happened to him, guys? What do you think is going on with him? Absolutely. Guys, so I want to know your predictions. I want to know everyone's views on the game, of course, guys. How you feel the team will line up. How do you feel things will happen? Things will go forward, of course, guys. How do you believe? Do you believe Man United will win the game? Do you think Man United will struggle? I'm interested to know your opinions, guys. Get in the chat, guys. Give us a talk. Give us a chat, of course. And let me know what your feelings, underlying feelings are in regards to the chat, of course, guys. And in regards to the game, of course, guys. Absolutely. Thank you, everyone who's joining me today. Absolutely. Thank you very much, guys, who has joined me this evening, of course. This evening. Thank you, thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. Thank you very much, you legend. Absolutely, thank you. Of course, those who are on it with me today. Thank you very much. Of course, absolutely. Thank you very much for everyone who's joined me today. Of course, guys. Look, it's onwards and upwards for Man United, guys. It is onwards and upwards for Man United. That's what it's all about. It's Man United going forward. That's what we want. Man United going forward, of course, guys. In regards to winning football matches, of course, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, it's about that. Yes, it's about that, guys. Thank you, everyone, of course. Sal the Legend, big up UK Rap. Absolutely. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you for the love, my friend. Thank you very much. Don't forget, guys, you can become a member of the channel. I've got big interviews coming on the membership videos. I've got a big interview coming here very, very soon, guys. So make sure you tune in for that. Make sure you get, you know, you're ready for that, of course, guys, and tune into the show, of course. If you can do that for me, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Everyone who's joined me today, you absolute legends. The key players for tomorrow, in my opinion, obviously, the wing-back system has to be resolved. We've got the two behind the striker, of course. That has to be resolved as well. Who's going to be the mainstay? It's going to take a little bit of time to get the right team in there, to get a settled lineup, of course. At Manchester United, it's going to take time, of course. It's not going to be easy for Ruben Amorim to separate the players who can play in his system, the players who can't play in his system. It's going to be a little bit difficult in regards to that, isn't it? You know? And that's one thing I would say in regards to Manchester United going forward. Guys, I'm 20 away, literally 20 away from 5,000 subscribers. Thank you so much, everyone who subscribed to the channel as well already. Please don't forget to just keep subscribing if you haven't subscribed already, guys. I want to go up. The next goal is 10,000 subscribers, guys. 10,000 is the next one through, of course. That's the next destination, of course, guys, in regards to my next plan, of course, going forward, guys. Absolutely, absolutely. But thank you, everyone who's joined me today. You guys are legends. Of course, obviously the presser was on today, and there's a lot of obviously telling things in there in regards to Licha Martinez. In regards to Ed Sheeran, of course, guys, it was funny. Of course, guys, absolutely. In regards to everyone in the, in the chat today and the presser, I felt like that comment by Ruben Amram is the best comment I've heard from a press conference in a very long time. Roy Keane was the real star there. Roy Keane was the real star there. Absolutely, he was. He was the real star there. Absolutely. And you know what? That is a dig at Ed Sheeran, of course. Absolutely. A big dig at. Big up, Kazi. How you doing, brother? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're good. Hope you're good, mate. Absolutely. Hope you're good. Don't forget to become a member of the channel, guys. Guys, I've been supporting you guys. I'm bringing you on the show, chatting to every single one of you, and you're subscribing to other channels. So don't forget to subscribe to this channel, guys. You got the link in the description. And you know what? Thank you very much, guys. Absolutely. Thank you, everyone who subscribed already. Support the channel, and I'll support you. Absolutely. Big up, everyone. Of course, guys. Big up, everyone. Now, guys, we are moving on to the Bodo Glimt tomorrow, and I will be doing the watch-along tomorrow. Tomorrow night, midnight, is the game kicks off at midnight for me. It actually 11:30 p.m. I will be online for my time. It will be normal time for you guys, which will be obviously 7:30 p.m. UK time, of course, where I'm from originally. You know what I mean? Born and bred in the UK, of course, guys. East London, massive, of course, the real East London, of course, guys. No fake. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, basically, I want to say this is that it's all about the victory. If we don't play well, we don't play well. And that is, you know what? That's not guaranteed. But one thing I would say is this. One thing I would say is that the victory, if we win, that's all that matters in this game. You know what I mean? For now, with Ruben Amram, I'm not too concerned about style, performance, and stuff like that. If we win the game, that is all I'm caring about. Absolutely. Brick Lane, massive, bruv, via Bangladesh, isn't it, Kazi? Big up, Kazi. Absolutely. Big up Bangladeshi community and stuff like that. Big up Brick Lane. I worked in Brick Lane, of course. It's Bangladesh. It's a mini Bangladesh. They've actually got Bangladeshi writing on the actual walls, guys. That is what Brick Lane is. They've actually got the writing in Bangladeshi. I think Kazi knows. Kazi knows about the Bangladeshi via Bangladesh, of course, which is Brick Lane, massive. Of course, some great Indian restaurants in there. Brilliant. I've been to a few, but they're run by Bangladeshi community, of course. Brilliant, nice, obviously, restaurants and stuff like that, of course, guys. Yeah, so make sure you visit Brick Lane if you're ever in London town, of course, guys. But I'm from Leytonstone, guys. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Of course I do, so absolutely you do. I mean, I used to work in a power station just next to there. So, you know what? I was working in Brick Lane, basically. Yeah, absolutely. Nice food there. Nice food, absolutely. Nice food over there. And big up the Bangladeshi community, of course, guys. Absolutely. And the Whitechapel community. I'm in East London, of course, Leytonstone for myself. Born and raised like David Beckham, as we say. Iron Maiden, as we say. Do you know what I mean? Those type of people. You know, yeah, I love that everyone. I mean, I miss it. I haven't been back in a long time. Well, I think it's 2 years now I haven't been back to the UK. I miss Manchester more, though. I want to see Manchester United. I want to see Manchester United play again. I'll be at Old Trafford, of course, very time soon. When I go back to England, I'll be back at Old Trafford, of course. When I go back there, it'll be fantastic, of course. Yeah, Princelet Street, big up, Kazi. Yeah, so basically, yeah, it's on. If you come out of Aldgate Station, you turn right and you go straight down. No, you come out of Aldgate East Station. My apologies. You can come out Aldgate East or you can come out Whitechapel. Turn right, walk all the way down. It's just there, my friend. 3-1 says Kazi. That's my score, Kazi. Big up, Kazi. Love it, my friend. Big up, Kazi. Yeah, thank you so much. Absolutely. Guys, I'll take 3-1 all day long. I'll take 1-0. I'll take 2-1. I'll take it all. I'll take 3-2. I'll take 4-3. You know what I mean? Absolutely. I'll take any result as long as we win the game. It'd be great to have an entertaining game, guys. Obviously, you know what? The game against Ipswich Town was very disappointing. It was very, very disappointing. Do you know what I mean? And I would say that tomorrow's a must win. No more draws. We've got 3 draws already in the Europa League, of course, guys. 3 draws already in the Europa League. Crazy, isn't it, when you think about it? Man United, 3 draws already in the Europa League. 1 win, of course, but you know what? We win against Bodo Glimt tomorrow. I think we'll qualify. We have got Bodo Glimt. We've also got Pilsen, FC Pilsen coming up as well. Glasgow Rangers are coming up, of course, in the same tournament. So you know what? There's a number of big games in there. Of course, Glasgow Rangers represents a big test for Man United, being kind of a British rivalry, isn't it? It is a British rivalry. And obviously, we have a lot of history with Glasgow Rangers being Alex Ferguson's favourite team. We remember Alex Ferguson's favourite team, of course, was Glasgow Rangers. And he's from Glasgow, of course, guys. So, looking forward to that game. That is one game I'm really looking forward to, guys. I'm really looking forward to that game. I'm really looking forward to the games coming up in the Europa League. You know what? At least we're in Europe, guys. At least it is a chance for us to play football and see more of Ruben Amorim ball. One thing I liked about Ruben Amorim in the press conference is that he's straight down the middle. He tells you as it is. He doesn't sugarcoat things. He just tells you the truth, how it is. You know, he said in front of Bruno, he needs to score more goals. In front of Bruno, he said he needs to score more goals. He needs to score more goals. In front of Bruno, guys. Mad, isn't it, when you think about it? Mad, you know what I mean? And, yeah. Big up Ruben Amorim for that, by the way. Big up Ruben Amorim. He did say that Xerxes and Højlund have to score goals as well. You know what? In Europe, Man United have a great pedigree in Europe over the years. Of course, in the 90s, under the floodlights at Old Trafford. We've had some great nights at Old Trafford in regards to European football. Of course, it was mainly our best memories come from the Champions League, you know, and we're not in the Champions League at the moment. But you know what? Whenever it is a European night at Old Trafford, you know what? I love it, because at the end of the day, it just reminds me of the past, of the great nights in Europe. You know, me traveling to Manchester, going all the way to Manchester from London, you know, watching the European game, the Champions League game, having to sleep in Manchester Piccadilly Station, getting a train all the way to Nottingham at 1 o'clock in the morning, then Nottingham to Sheffield, then Sheffield to London, and then going back to London, then going back to work early in the morning. I miss those games, guys. I do miss the effort, the tiresome journeys that I used to do watching Man United in Europe, and obviously evening games as well, you know, and it was, I mean, I wouldn't change it for the world. A lot of great experiences in there, of course, guys, but you know, it was very, very tiring. Now I've got to that age where I'm like, you know what, I can't be going to football matches. I can't be wasting, you know, not wasting time, but you know what, I've got family and stuff like that. I have to obviously look after and stuff, you know, I mean, and I can't be doing that anymore. Unfortunately, I will be back soon. I will be back soon, though, to Manchester United to watch some games, of course, guys. Absolutely. I will be back, of course, guys. 120,000%. Guys, it's been a great show. Look, you know what? Bodo Glimt, nothing much to talk about Bodo Glimt. The only thing we have to say about Bodo Glimt is that they are an attacking side. They are going to give us problems, so we have to be ready to nullify that. Ruben Amorim has been working on the 4 at the back, but this is just a precaution in regards to the formation in case the opposition team, change up and we have to change the formation. This is very smart from Ruben Amorim. This is smart because at the end of the day, teams change formations mid-game, in-game management, of course, and we need something to counter that. If the worst comes to worst and it changes, you know what I mean, then we have to be ready to nullify that. We have to be ready to change that, of course, guys. Absolutely. We have to be ready to, you know what, counter that. I personally believe Man United will win 3-1 tomorrow. It is going to be, obviously, a difficult game, of course. But you know what? Man United should be in there. They lost to Karabakh. That's all I'm going to hope for. I'm going to grab onto that. I'm going to grab onto the fact that they lost to Karabakh. They lost to Karabakh. That's what I'm grabbing onto at the moment. I'm preaching to the choir. They lost to Karabakh. They lost to Karabakh. They lost to Karabakh. I'm preaching to the choir, guys. Absolutely. That's what I'm doing at the moment. My friends. Yes, my friends. So, guys, I'm going to be off. Thank you, everyone, for joining me for this show. The absolute legends. 115 of you online, guys. Absolutely incredible. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new and smash a like on the video. Please don't forget to become a member of the channel. Support the channel, and the channel will support you. Support the channel, and the channel will support you, of course, guys. I will support everyone who supports me. Absolutely. That's what I'm all about. Thank you, everyone who's joined me today. Have a fantastic evening. Don't forget to join me for Breaking Dawn tomorrow. Massive, massive news tomorrow, of course, guys. As usual for Man United, there always is massive news, of course, in regards to Manchester United, of course, guys. So one thing we have to say is that support the channel and keep passing on the word, keep spreading the word. Absolutely. Let me just write this tweet, guys. 1 second. 1 second. Keep subscribing, guys. Thank you, everyone who's joined me today. Again, I really appreciate it. You know what? It's been a real funny, funny week, of course, guys. In regards to Manchester United, of course. You know, and Manchester City. Manchester City was hilarious yesterday. I mean, yesterday was hilarious. You know, we made a good joke about it this morning. We were laughing about it, but I am actually really concerned about Pep Guardiola. I really am. I'm really concerned. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you, UK Rat. Thank you so much, my friend. Keep subscribing, guys. Thank you very much for your support, as usual, guys. Really, really good to see you guys absolutely on the stream. Brilliant to see you guys. We're carrying growing, guys. I'm literally 20 away from 5,000 subscribers, guys. I've grown about 100 in literally a week. It's incredible. And I have only you guys to thank. I am on my way to 10,000 subscribers, guys. I'm not going to stop. No matter what, we don't stop. The hip hop, we don't stop. Absolutely, we don't stop, guys. We don't. And we'll carry on. We carry on doing our thing, of course, and carry on growing. And that's what it's all about, guys. Absolutely. Thank you for joining the stream. I'll see you tomorrow for Breaking Dawn, guys. Early in the morning, Breaking Dawn in. Thank you, everyone. Take it easy. Have a fantastic evening. And don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Bless up. Peace out.